With Trump being inaugurated, a new era has been ushered for the US's space exploration endeavors, with the most important player being, of course, SpaceX. With the ever-growing ties between Elon and Trump, it's undoubtable that SpaceX's future will be very bright. But how bright are we speaking? What awaits us in the future, and what will that mean for Elon's company and space exploration as a whole? That's what we'll be delving into today, and where better to start than with Trump's own thoughts and plans. You see, during his inauguration, President Trump articulated a bold vision for America's role in space. He emphasized the nation's commitment to exploring and conquering new frontiers, which is the historical fundament and structural legacy of it. Most importantly, he stated the next: "We will pursue our manifest destiny in the stars, sending American astronauts to plant our beautiful flag on Mars." This vision reflects a continuation and amplification of previous efforts to solidify the United States' role as a global leader in space exploration and technological innovation. Trump's administration has consistently emphasized the national pride and technological dominance of America, and by targeting Mars as a key milestone, he intends on skyrocketing both economical and symbolic aspirations by positioning the United States as a forerunner of a completely new era in space exploration. SpaceX, with its ambitious goal of making life multiplanetary, has thus become a natural partner in realizing these objectives. So, how does SpaceX cram into all this? Well, Trump's own and his administration's support for private space enterprises is evident in its policy decisions. In fact, President Trump's team is so pro-private space enterprise that they consider dismantling the National Space Council, which is a move directly influenced by lobbying from SpaceX and Elon Musk. This action will mean a shift towards a more streamlined approach to space policies, which would therefore reduce bureaucratic hurdles for private companies, SpaceX most of all. And while this dissolution of such a body could lead to, less centralized coordination, it also underscores the administration's trust in private innovation and its commitment to minimizing governmental red tape. In addition to that, a significant aspect of the administration's approach to space exploration involves the reduction of regulatory environment governing space activity. There is speculation that the administration might ease regulations for agencies such as the FAA, the Fish and Wildlife Service, and the EPA. Such regulatory adjustments could result in more frequent launches of SpaceX's Starship rocket, enabling the company to align more closely with the administration's ambitious timelines for space exploration. In addition to that, the reduced regulatory scrutiny can accelerate the pace of innovation and operation. For instance, SpaceX's launch site in Boca Chica, Texas, has faced delays due to environmental assessments. Now, by easing such restrictions, the administration could pave the way for SpaceX to conduct more tests and launches, thereby boosting its progress towards Mars missions. However, it is also crucial to balance this deregulation with environmental and safety considerations to ensure sustainable and responsible space activities. And this is where one of the first problems appears. You see, as much as this would help SpaceX directly, this decision might result in considerably more harm being done to the environment, and considering our current ecological situation, a rethinking of this decision might be more than called for. However, considering how influential Elon is, we doubt that'll happen. That said, another thing that will come from Elon's influence is incredible financial growth. You see, because of the administration's pro-business stance, Trump has created a favorable environment for space-related companies, and marked by a series of potential initial public offerings from private space companies, 2025 seems to be the year of space exploration. As a result, SpaceX's financial prospects are further bolstered by its diversified revenue streams. The company's satellite internet service, Starlink, has seen rapid growth, providing a stable income source that supports its more ambitious projects. The administration's interest in extending internet access to underserved areas aligns with SpaceX's goals, which translates to them potentially opening avenues for government contracts and partnerships. Of course, SpaceX's technological advancements are central to its success under Trump's administration. The development of the Starship rocket, which is of course designed for deep space missions and capable of carrying large payloads, represent a significant leap forward, and the administration's focus on rapid progress surely aligns with SpaceX's iterative approach to innovation, characterized by its rapid prototyping and testing. Moreover, SpaceX's ability to reduce launch costs through reusable rockets has also revolutionized the industry. This cost efficiency not only makes space exploration more accessible, but it also aligns with the administration's emphasis on economic viability. The potential for Starship to support missions beyond Mars, such as asteroid mining and deep space exploration, expands its strategic value. However, the prospect of Mars colonization also raises ethical and philosophical questions that warrant careful consideration. Issues such as the potential exploitation of extraterrestrial resources, the preservation of planetary environments, and the implication of creating human settlements in space must be addressed. The administration's policies and SpaceX's actions will definitely set precedents that shape humanity's approach to space exploration. And to add salt to injury, all is not honey and milk with SpaceX at the moment. While the alignment between SpaceX's objectives and the administration's vision presents significant opportunities, there are certainly challenges to consider. First of all, the potential dismantling of the National Space Council, while reducing bureaucratic hurdles, could also lead to a lack of coordinated policy direction in space environments. Additionally, easing regulatory measures must be balanced against environmental and safety considerations to ensure sustainable and responsible space activities. This makes the whole process more complicated. Of course, this makes everything much more complicated. Sure, however, all of this is manageable. But something that will provide a more pressing challenge is SpaceX managing public expectations. First of all, the administration's ambitious timelines for Mars missions do not align with the technical and logistical realities of interplanetary travel. Also, they don't align with SpaceX either because there's nothing to align with. SpaceX isn't reliable. SpaceX's track record of overcoming various challenges does suggest resilience and ambitions. Yes, definitely. However, it also suggests a far less methodical and systematical approach compared to, say, NASA, and makes it much less reliable as a result. Now, this is very problematic, especially if we're talking about Mars, because the scale of Mars's colonization presents unprecedented obstacles, and pure ambition won't work here. It will need to be backed up by reliability. Furthermore, public engagement and transparent decision-making are essential for building consensus around these issues, and SpaceX and Elon are certainly not doing that, further solidifying their status as an unreliable company. Heck, just look at Starship 7's flight. It failed miserably, and it was something that could have easily been considered routine. If you want to learn more about it, be sure to check out the video that just popped up in the corner. And the problem is, SpaceX is trying to move away from any responsibility and any accountability for this, which further solidifies the point of it not being favored by the public at the moment. Now, this can be fixed by involving diverse stakeholders, including scientists, ethicists, and the general public. And by doing this, the administration and SpaceX can foster a more inclusive and sustainable vision for the future that will allow them to both expand and show the world how things function. But there is another issue with public perception, and this one might be the worst. And that issue is, well, Elon himself. Even if you like him, you have to admit that he is extremely divisive, and that, while interesting at face value, his antics certainly don't translate to good global image for the company. He is a genius, for sure. There's no denying that. However, he's also quite erratic, over-optimistic, and just doesn't really fill out the traditional and conventional idea of a leader, for both better or for worse. In fact, what's your opinion on Elon? Be sure to tell us in the comment section down below. Regardless, the global space race adds another layer of complexity to SpaceX's future. As mentioned, there has been a strong emphasis on maintaining American dominance in space, which is good, of course. However, this competitive stance does put even more pressure on SpaceX, as the company must navigate an environment where international collaboration is often secondary to national interests, which is contrary to its current way of doing business. Countries like China and Russia are advancing their space programs, with China's ambitions for lunar exploration and Russia's focus on space station development posing significant challenges. SpaceX's innovative edge, bolstered by the administration's support, can definitely help maintain the United States' leadership position. However, fostering international partnerships, particularly with allies, will be essential for addressing shared challenges such as space debris and planetary defense. Plus, there's also the question of internal competition. SpaceX might not have had any real competitors in the past, however, this has changed and the industry will become more and more saturated as time progresses. This means that SpaceX will have to further enclose itself as a company, and the general communication and collaboration with other companies will be reduced compared to what it is now. Now, sure, by fostering a competitive environment and supporting private innovation, the United States can stimulate economic growth and technological advancement. And credit where credit's due, SpaceX's achievements did inspire other companies to push boundaries, creating a ripple effect that benefits the entire sector and, in turn, the US economy and development. Additionally, the administration's emphasis on space exploration has cultural and educational impacts. Renewed interest in space can inspire the next generation of scientists, engineers, and entrepreneurs, and collaborations between government agencies, private companies, and educational institutions can further strengthen the talent pipeline, ensuring a robust workforce for future challenges. As a result, under President Trump's administration, SpaceX will be forwarded a future at a silver platter. Because of Elon's and, as a result, the company's alignment with the national objectives, coupled with a favorable regulatory and financial environment, SpaceX will be positioned to make significant strides in space exploration, more so than they do now. However, navigating these complexities of policy changes, international competition, and ethical considerations will be crucial as SpaceX embarks on its ambitious journey to Mars and beyond. Again, for better or for worse. The interplay between governmental support and private innovation exemplifies a new era in space exploration where the line between collaboration and competition gets less and less obvious.